Thank you so very much for letting me be here at your home today.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to be here with you, too.
You didn't have to do a Christian record. You didn't have to share that, but you did. Tell me why.
Why? Two guys, my old manager, Bill Carter. He's not old, but it was a long time when he was my manager.
I love Bill.
You know Bill. And Bill came to me and said, I think it's time for you to do a gospel album. Tony Brown, who's been one of my producers since 1990, he said, I really think this would be a great time for you to do a gospel album. So two guys I really love with all my heart and respect them. I said, it's time to do one. And I was going to do 5 great hymns and 5 new songs. And so, but I sat in there and I was looking at the hymnal, the hymnal from the Chalky Church in Chalky, Oklahoma, population 18. So I started going. That's where I grew up, yeah. Started looking through the hymnals. Oh, I want that one, write it down, I want that one. Well, I had about 30 songs I wanted to record, but they only wanted 10. 5 old, 5 new. So anyway, we got in there and got carried away. We got about 15, 16 songs recorded. So what we're going to do is they said, well, let's make a dual CD, 10 old, 10 new. And I said, we're going back to the studio, boys. And that was such a blessing because I went back in the studio, but I was looking for more songs, and I was looking at my computer, and I found "Back to God" that Randy Houser, Dallas
what
Davidson,
a great song.
had written
Back to God.
back in 2007, 8.
Yeah.
It was on Randy's freshman album,
Yeah.
and I said, "This is a sign. I've got to record this song."
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Me too.
You
Me
do a
too.
great job on
Thank
that.
you very much.
You and your sister grew up in Oklahoma together, and you work so hard. I don't know how you do it all.
We have a very strong work ethic. Mom and Daddy get us kids up. While Daddy was cooking breakfast, Mom was getting ready to go to work at the schoolhouse. We would go out and catch the horses. It was dark, and we'd go gather cattle and then get them to the pens so Mama could start weighing, and then we'd get the cattle weighed, and then we'd go to school.
You and your sis?
My older sister Alice, my older brother Pake, and little sister Susie. And then all of Daddy's friends, when he would go help them gather cattle, they'd come help him gather cattle. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of work. But, you know, if Daddy said, now you sit on your horse right there in that gate and don't let any cattle out until I get back. You didn't get off your horse. You didn't go to the house and watch TV or get something to eat or warm up. You stayed right there in that gate until Daddy came back, just like he told you.
Yeah.
So that was something they really instilled in us, and it really has paid off in my career in the music business.
That's amazing. My favorite thing is your top things, 3 things that you got to live by. Do you remember?
Oh, the funny bone, wishbone, and backbone.
Backbone.
Yep.
The backbone, the funny bone,
And the wishbone. Yeah.
And you've lived by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have a sense of humor, you're getting way too serious. Things going to really stress you out.
I think those 127 episodes, 6 years
6 years
seasons.
of it? Yeah.
Yeah, you had that.
Yeah.
And then
important.
the backbone for sure. You've done great.
Yeah. And you got to wish. You got to have dreams.
Gotta have dreams.
Yeah.
What would you tell a young lady who wants to do what?
What's in her heart, her passions? I'd say go after your passions. Absolutely. God put them in your heart.
Yeah.
You didn't think them up by yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's what I said.
Now, of course, I wanted to be a champion barrel racer in the rodeo.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And Daddy came to me and said, Reba, why do you always want to do something you're not good at? And I went, what? Is that? I think that's... Anyway, so I went ahead with it, and I said, well, like what? He said, well, you're singing. He saw it was a God-given talent, God-given gift. And so every time I'd get to a program in school, they'd say, anybody like to sing a song at the Christmas program? I'd raise my hand.
Really?
Yeah, first grade on. And so it kept me in good standings with the teachers, too, because I wasn't that smart. So what I lacked in education and book learning, I made up with helping them out with their Christmas programs and Thanksgiving programs and all that kind of stuff.
You was vocal. You just went out, so that's me.
Yeah.
One last question.
Okay.
One last one. Was you really going to play in the Titanic?
Uh-huh. I had the part. Yeah, I had the part.
And you chose the tour instead of...
It really wasn't an easy choice because I visited with James Cameron, And he said, you got the part? I said, great. So we were looking over the schedule, and they said, okay, we need these 3 months with you. And I said, okay. So we moved all our arenas that we had then. All our tour was booked. I had my band, my crew, everybody. Opening acts, everybody, scheduled. And then they came in and said, okay, we're not going to be ready for this. We're going to need these 3 months. Well, you know, moving arenas, everybody's scheduled.
How? Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
Everybody's looking to me to pay those salaries and the expenses and everything. And I just looked.
I know what you mean.
You know what? Yeah.
Help us,
And I'm
Jesus.
like, I got people here I got to take care
Yeah.
of. And I said, I'm going to have to, I'm sorry, but my first responsibility are to these folks. And I missed being in the Titanic. Kathy Bates got the part, and I thought she did a spectacular
She
job.
did.
Yeah.
She did. I would just like to sing what you'd have done.
I would too.
Let's go back and film it. Let's
Okay.
do 2, and then you do that. No, I just had to ask that question.
Well, thanks.
I'd heard about that. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
But, you know, you say yes to something, you got to stick with what
Stick
you
to
say
it.
yes to.
Yeah.
Mom and Daddy taught me that. When you say yes, no matter how much
Your
it
mom
hurts,
and
you got
daddy
to.
did good.
They did really good job.
the scripture says to honor thy father and mother.
I do.
And a lot of people look at that scripture and think that it's yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. But it's the name that you carry and the life that you live. And you honor your father and mother with who you are
Oh, thanks.
and what you do. And you have done a fantastic job.
You're sweet. Thank
And I
you.
want to say thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you again for doing this record.
You're
This
welcome.
gospel record.
I needed it.
Oh, we needed it.
You know, I found out a lot of people said it really helped them, and I hope it helped them as much as it helped me. Music is very healing, but when you put the Lord in it and the love of Jesus, nothing better.
Well, there ain't nothing like it. I love him so much. He's been good to me.
Oh my gosh.
And he'll help you through the tough times.
Always.
You know. And
Always.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.